ad conversion, you see how a lot of B2B businesses are spending their budget on paid media, particularly in those demand capture channels. What's the most common thing that you're seeing them do wrong right now?
It's going to sound so basic, but it's the fundamental things that people get wrong that make all the difference. And I would say number one is they're just not paying attention to their campaigns. I used to be the head of performance marketing at Metadata. Performance marketing team, essentially they help our clients execute their campaigns. So, and I would used to tell the team, I'm like, if you want to be a successful performance marketer and you want to drive the greatest ROI, you have to embrace the boring work. It's the boring work of looking at your campaign and is my CPL up, down? What are the trends? How are we doing? That make all the difference. And that's the number one thing that by far folks just miss, is they're not giving their campaigns enough attention in terms of how are we doing and catching that and making those iterations. Or at the very least, setting up automation to take care of it for them so that way they have those safeguards in place. And then I would say the second thing that I noticed is a lot of folks fall into the trap of testing for the sake of testing, but they don't test for the sake of learning. They just keep pumping out different variations of creative. They all look literally the same. Let's for example, white ads with, some image, and then it's like different variations of copy, but the difference is like, come here versus check out, learn more. Like it's so marginal in terms of actual lift that it doesn't really yield a net impact. So I would say that's the second biggest thing of what I see folks doing. And then the third is that they are just too quick to make decisions, and in the sense of like, they start up in a new channel and they expect it to return right away. I always tell folks, any experimentation program, you should think of it as like a 90-day pilot. Month one is just figuring out any initial traction and anything that potentially could work. Month two is, hey, we've kind of gone through the horrors of month one and we have some gems here. And then month three is really polishing, refining it so you can really scale. Some folks can find success as soon as week one out of the gate, others month two, but having a 90-day expectation is really good so that you just give it the time that it needs to develop.
Setting those expectations from the outset is